This video is for educational purposes. Viewers should use AI tool responsibly and in compliance with relevant laws and platform rules. Misuse could lead to penalties. Note: Nipunsyal may receive affiliate commissions for some tools shown. Stay tuned. Happy learning. So I think there is two ways to get LinkedIn top voice. First is the steps you have mentioned.
First of all, you can't buy top voice. The biggest, I think, myth that people think when it comes to personal branding is that it is just your job. No, you're a person. It's personal branding.
So LinkedIn has recognized Gurnoor voice as top voice, right? So I'm coming to related to the voice. Take on this.
I love.
So I was telling that for personal brand, they people needs to connect with you also. You need to show what you are doing in daily life so that they feel connected. What you are cooking up in the kitchen. So what's your take in this? So their personal life is also merged.
This is in personal branding on social media, which they say that they do social media, but they only do one platform usually, which they are good at. I have been able to provide results for my clients in terms of revenue, opportunities, recognition on multiple platforms. To top that,
Welcome to new episodes of Growth Secrets with Mastermind Implementation with AI Hacks with Nipun Syal, AI automation marketing specialist and founder of 3 companies. Today we have with us Miss Gurnoor Kaur Behl, creator online personal brand. Today what we gonna learn and implement. First, how to get LinkedIn top voice. Second, how to build a personal brand in 2024. Third, how you can build up a community. Fourth, last but not least, one AI implementation hack. So stay tuned till end. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, just subscribe now. So welcome to new episodes of Growth Secrets with Mastermind Implementation with AI Hacks. Today we have with us Miss Gurnoor Kaur Behl, creator online personal brands. Hi Gurnoor, welcome to our show.
hi Nipun, thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be
So
here.
what made you to start your own business?
Straight to the point. I think I always knew that I wanted to do my own thing. And it was in my first job that my first boss, Paritosh Pathak, he one day was sipping chai with us. I don't know, he must be having chai, I was having coffee. And he says, "You can't work under anyone, can you?" And very sheepishly to my first boss, I said, "No, I don't think so." So I think that was the point where I realized that I don't think that I can work in a job. Um, but at the same time, I didn't know at which point that I would want to do my own thing. It was after my third job, and I was about to complete 12 months there, where wherein I knew that after this job I will probably do something of my own. But I started, I'm epileptic, so I started because it was in technology, gaming and technology, and I was surrounded by all of that. That I started having health issues. So I had to leave my job. So without any proper planning or anything like that, I had to leave the job. And then this time I was like, I'm not going back to a job. I'm going to do my own thing. So with no planning, no nothing, I just started, and here I am. So if you're going to ask me like what made you, I guess life, life made me start my own business. So
So
yeah.
that's really great. I think like it's the best step you have taken because I have met lots of people. Every year I like they just brainstorm something. This year I will be starting my own business. I will be leaving my job. Next year again they will meet and they will doing the same stuff. So it's very difficult for them to come out of that zone because it's like a very comfort zone. Every 30th first, just everything get vanished. So it's really great. So how your business is different from others?
So I think businesses in general, there's so many businesses and there's so many same models as well. I think I'll take this question as how is it different from other businesses in my own field. I work in personal branding specifically when it comes to social media. So I've been in social media for 13 years. That's when, it was very new in this country. And I picked up personal branding as a micro niche. Digital marketing ka niche, social media ka niche, personal branding. Now, if you look at other personal branding coaches and consultants, they are very platform specific. I've been around for that long that not only have I had the benefit of experience with multiple platforms, but I also have had the experience of different levels. Now I'm talking about working with celebrities or accounts which have had followers in lakhs and lakhs, or working with organizations which are, governmental organizations. And while I've been managing so many different accounts, I've also had an understanding of how personal branding kind of comes into play and how it's beneficial. So, unlike other businesses in personal branding on social media, which they say that they do social media, but they only do one platform usually, which they are good at, I have been able to provide results for my clients in terms of revenue, opportunities, recognition, um, on multiple platforms. To top that, I'm probably, and I would like to meet someone else like me, the only person in this country who has been an alumni of the YouTube Creator Academy as well as the LinkedIn Creator Accelerator program. I really want to meet someone who's like me, but I haven't been able to do that. So I've been trained by these platforms officially, and I do come up as well one of the top creators in the country, not just as a person who builds personal brands, but also as a personal brand myself. Yeah,
So wow, amazing. So I was creating a funnel of US artist Ahi. He plays in Tomorrowland. He create lots of
right.
music stuff, and he wants to build up his personal brand. He's having a following, and every people like in US when we are working with the artist, the second core item is they know that they can't be an artist with their whole life.
Right.
So their byproduct is their e-commerce brand where they put up their t-shirts and all. So I was telling that for personal brand they people needs to connect with you also. You need to show what you are doing in daily life so that they feel connected, what you are cooking up in the kitchen. So what's your take on this? So their personal life is also merged into personal branding, or how exactly it is?
This is a wonderful question. The biggest, I think, myth that people think when it comes to personal branding is that it is just your job. No, you're a person. It's personal branding. So while you do put most of your content on what brings you money, but you have to understand that it is a personal brand is all about being raw, real, and relatable. If a person cannot connect with you because of your other things, like I'll tell you one really fun thing that I do in my workshops or any meetups that I do, I ask people to introduce themselves with one fun fact. Okay. Now, sometimes people go like, why do I have to tell this fun fact or whatever? But there's a thing over here. Somebody will say, oh, I'm a dancer, or or I like cooking for that matter. Not every time will a person connect with you because of the work you do. They may connect with you because they also like to dance. They may connect with you because they also like to, well, eat, or they also like to cook. And that is their way of getting their foot in your door. They may not be your client directly, but they may like you now. They may know you and like you now enough to refer you. So, one, there, your other part of your persona, or your, you could say, your personal aspect is equally important as what you do professionally. That is what makes a holistic personal brand, a real personal brand. Yeah.
Okay, so that my next question might seems conflicting to you, but people nowadays what they are doing is they are coming into the Fortuner and all,
Hmm.
and they stepping it down and they will start and making on the carts, they will do the food joints
Hmm.
and then create an emotional story. See what we are doing is we are cooking something on a cart,
Huh.
and there will be a guy who is spending like lots of dollars for their rental, and they are doing the stuff, but just to get attraction, to get their built up their personal. So what's your, and right now influencers, what they are doing is they want some stories to post,
Yeah.
like food joint. See, this guy is cooking over here in the cart. Even he can afford like 5 to 6 showrooms also, because he's coming from Fortuner, Audi. So what's your take on this?
You know, I love sitting with marketers off record and talking about exactly this. And there are ample influencers who do that. Okay, I mean, they'll go to Sarojini and they'll be wearing Gucci, and we'll be like, listen, we know you're wearing Gucci. Stop doing Sarojini reels, right? So I totally feel you on this. I think it comes down to like you can't fake it. Let's be very real, okay? Even those people who are doing this, they think they can get away with it. They can't, because those who know. So I believe that let them do what they want to do, but somebody who's not authentic to themselves will be called out. I can right now, as you were telling me this, I was literally thinking of one person who's very, very famous, who is very influential as a creator, but they did something like this, and I saw a reel 2 years ago. 2 years ago, and it's still in my head, like I can't trust you anymore. And I also know influencers and creators who are so true to themselves that, I mean, it's just admirable that they're exactly that online as well as offline, because I know many of them, because I've been in the economy for a while. So what do I have to say to those? I just be like, listen, you're just gonna get called out. Not everyone is that like dumb. Yeah. Yeah, but a lot of people do this. Like, yeah, yeah, for sure.
Okay, so that's my favorite question. How important is AI in your business, or are you using AI?
Listen, I think I don't even think that AI is like the future or anything. It's like it should have been there yesterday. And yes, of course, when it comes down to, like, I'm in the business of personal branding via social media. AI is a supremely important tool. In fact, I just released the personal branding via social media trends of 2024. And one of the greatest trend was the fact that AI is to be used as your teammate, as your assistant. The first cuts of, or the first drafts of your content, um, and the first cuts when it comes to videos, or making your graphics for that matter. Knowing how to use AI is supremely important, and yes, of course, I use it. Like, it's extremely efficient. If you want to build your personal brand in this era when everybody knows that it works, and if you're not building it, you're already behind. The only way to keep up right now is by using AI. Absolutely.
Okay. So even like our first cuts of this podcast will be done by AI
That's
only.
brilliant.
So we'll take up with some tutorials also soon, that how we do that stuff.
That's insane. Yes.
And there is one more question aligned to it. Lots of people think that okay, Chat GPT is into the picture and they will put up lots of their posts. But sometimes what I feel is like the people they are and the post they are making, they are entirely different, because you are just telling me 10 post ideas for LinkedIn and you are putting up a niche, because I think like you are better judge into this, or you are into personal branding. Sometimes what we think they are doing on a LinkedIn post and exactly what they are entirely different. So what's your call on this? How should they can utilize, and what are the right steps to take to a personal brand?
Yeah, I think this is a very important question, because I've actually had people um, give me the same comment, like different people give me the same comment on my posts, and I'm like, listen, even the first comment I could tell that it wasn't you writing it. But here is, I'll share what I do or how I use AI when I'm creating content for my personal brand. And that is basically, like I said earlier, it's the first draft. So I, of course, put in the prompt that I'm looking for, and I come up with, so if say I want like 15 points, like, so no, say I want 10 points, I'll ask for 15 points. Or I want like 5 points, I'll ask for 10 points. And then after that, I'll select which resonate with me. After that, I personalize it. I personalize, maybe I add a little bit of my own. I have my own voice. I have my own. Well, Gurnoor sounds a certain way, right? Like, she's a little unapologetic. She's a little unabashed. She does have value. Okay, fine. I took the value from AI, but sometimes I also have some more value to give. Sometimes I add people. I give examples from different creators who are doing better or doing something better than, when it comes to the point, or something relevant. So I personalize the content that has come out of AI, and that's very important. I also ensure that my voice is still prominent. You can't leave it at, oh bus prompt dal diya. Like, we can't just leave it there. It is just it is just an assistant. You are still the boss.
Right.
Yeah. You're the boss of your own personal brand.
So LinkedIn has recognized Gurnoor voice as top voice,
Yes.
right? So I'm coming to related to the voice. So is there any hack to get that? Like, just I will tell you some cases like Instagram. If you want blue tick, it's very easy, right? You can buy it. But in LinkedIn, as per my knowledge, like when we are doing a branding, we can only boost the pages. We can't boost the profile with the paid ads,
No.
right? So how people can get these kind of top voices, or like what are your valuable thoughts on this, because you are already doing things this for lots of people also. So that's what I like about you is like I met so many marketers this time, like we are also working. So when we'll tell them, okay, people will tell, okay, we do this, we do this, and then I will check their LinkedIn post and we'll check their Instagram. Okay, you did this, look, let me check it up. And we see a very simple, so I haven't posted, I don't get time to do that. So if they don't get a time, because like Danlock says, so if people are selling that something and they are not implementing their in their own brand, that means like they are not capable enough. They don't know the cons of it. Pros everybody knows. So what's your call and what's your thoughts? How people will get a LinkedIn top voice?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
In fact, I have done audio events asking top voices on how to get top voice. Okay. And of course, now I'm a top voice. And you're absolutely right. That is also the reason, or one of the secrets to my success, and my quick success, is that I have implemented on myself. The day I became my own client was the day I started winning on another level, at another speed. Okay. Um, so how do you become top one? So I think, okay, for the listeners who are, who are listening on this, first of all, you can't buy top voice. You have to earn it. And to earn it on LinkedIn, it means extreme value consistently. That is one thing that I have seen for years, because honestly, top voice was a dream for me. I'm in the industry. It becomes a matter of credibility. It's not a matter of vanity for me. So it was a matter of credibility to become top voice. I used to think that this was the topmost thing, but there's actually a top voice list also that comes out, which is now my next goal. But if there's one thing that I have understood, one is consistency, one is to genuinely be providing value, not promoting. See, people will buy from you. You don't have to sell to them if you are providing value again and again. And very important, I think, is that you consistently engage with other people as well. You can't just go out there, and of course, I think you can't just go out there and just put like 5 tips to do this or 6 tips to do this. You have to have perspective in your content. And I always feel like, people tell me that I'm very bold with my posts, or the way I speak is very bold. Honestly, I was a very timid, introverted child, and I always say that with every post, I just have to be a tad bit bolder than before, a tad bit bolder. So I think that has allowed me to eventually talk about things I care in a very, um, tortoise wins the race kind of manner, and just been consistent at it. As a content creator, as a personal brand, the journey is going to be lonely. As an entrepreneur, it's lonely. So if you're just at it, I think, and one step bolder every time, I think, anyone can achieve it. And the best part is, that whatever I have been talking about, teaching, preaching, I think 3 to 4 of my clients have also gotten top voice in this. So
Okay.
I'm really happy to say that I've not only been able to implement it for myself, but I've had my clients also get it. And I think that's, as a coach, definitely that's one of the greatest achievements as well. Yeah.
So I think there is two ways to get LinkedIn top voice. First is the steps you have mentioned. You need to do this, this. Another one is get consulted with Gurnoor. So I will take extra bucks to let it in the podcast. That's it. Okay. So one thing you want to know before starting your business. One wish you want to know that.
Honestly, I wish I knew anything about business for that matter. My father is a retired general in the army. My grandfather is a retired general in the army, late age. But I come from a very non business background. So I wish I knew a little bit about it, like what it entails. Um, but definitely, I think one thing that I really genuinely wish I knew was about legalities and paperwork. Um, I didn't know that, things like, oh, if you're a sole proprietor, you can't, you can't get, investors don't really um, invest in sole proprietorship for that matter. And hence my other ventures are not. So, but things, just general legalities of all of these things, understanding that you need to have a scalable product, or a service which is productized so that you can scale it. I think these kind of things were not there also, or if they were there, they were not openly spoken about. Today you have courses and programs and schools on entrepreneurship. That time you had blog posts
Right.
which were based out of the west. Okay, like, I mean, 7 years ago, what did you have? Nothing. Or people who came from entrepreneurial backgrounds, I don't know, in fact. So that's something that I wish I knew better. So yeah.
Okay. So you born and brought up in Chandigarh, then you moved to various cities because you told me that you are from army background and you keep on moving. You are overseas also. Right now, Gurnoor is living in South X, right? Driving, yeah, BMW and all. And so it's like a Punjabi blood which entice to do all that stuff, or it's like, no, you want to be like that. So how is it?
Listen,
What the lifestyle?
I'll be honest with you. The BMW is definitely my dad's, and I think, see, I come from an upper middle class family, and I have seen my dad hustle, and we've been a very aspiring family from the very beginning. Before I thought I was going to go into civil services. Okay, I thought I was going to be a diplomat. I just, all I wanted was free tickets to travel the world. I'm telling you. Okay, um, but yes, of course. I mean, I do have the luxurious life, even if the BMW is my dad's. Um, and I think that is because I believe in good quality and standards in general. That is what I provide to my clients. That is how I believe in living. Um, because I feel like that becomes your basic, and then you want to grow further. Now, how you do that is, of course, I think I'm so grateful for the work that I do, because, and it's only because I can help people out. And when I help people out and then they give me the money, I either, well, invest it back into the business, or I invest in upgrading my own lifestyle, putting myself in different rooms wherein you have even more influential people, and just upgrading everything slowly and slowly. I don't look at luxury as something which is a matter of vanity. I look at it as a quality of life. I look at it as something wherein we all grow. Like, if you don't put yourself at a pedestal, nobody else will. Nobody else will. So my offices have been at WeWork, and yes, rent used to be hard, but that also meant if you want this, you better work for it. I have worked 7 days a week for years, and you know, I've been fine with it. If I want this, I will work for it. But I will ensure that I provide quality and I live in quality. That's just how I am.
That's remind me of a quote like rich people pays for premium gems. That's not like they don't value money. They just don't want to be with the regular stuff.
Well, we
Yeah.
just have a different mindset. Since I was in college, I used to, me and my ex used to collect chiller.
Okay.
Okay, we would go for coffee, whatever chiller. That time, cash used to be a thing.
Right.
And then the two of us would go to Taj and
Okay.
order one pancake, like
Okay.
one pancake dish, because we couldn't afford two of them, and we would share that one serving would have three pancakes. Okay, so we would have one and a half, and this is college undergraduation, because we wanted to experience luxury. We wanted to feel like at some point, at some place in our life, in our journey, we were living the life we wanted to live. Because if you don't surround yourself with those senses, those people, you will not know what it means to aspire. You will not know that feeling only. And then just because you want it again and again and again,
Right.
you will work hard. So I'm a big believer of just always striving for more. Yeah.
Right. That's remind me of an incident like in like when I was in 19s teens. So what I would do is like there was a kind of promotions going on. So if you do a promotion for a brand, like this was a physical promotion and you will get around 300 $400 a day. And I'm very fond of parties. Like I love DJing and I want to that stuff. So what we did is me and my friend did do a promotion for Rin. So what we need to do is, and that's again in a vegetable market, right? We need to wear that t-shirt that is of Rin, and then like in the end of the day they will get 300 350 $400 for the same. And what we'll do, and me and my friend used to roam it over, and I hate like veg market. It's very difficult task till today for me to like that. And then we are moving here, and we are keep on looking like that guy didn't know me, that they will tell my home that stuff they are doing. And at the end when we get 400 350, but it was very high amount at that time, and we go to the premium club and see the vibes. And over there we'll keep on listening to the song like work hard party hard by David Guetta. So in the day we are working hard in that. So how you stay motivated in the tough times?
Oof. We've had, you're an entrepreneur, you know this. We've seen quite a bit of tough times, and motivation. I think motivation is a myth. One, I think motivation is a myth. Okay. I think that there is no one way of being motivated. I think it's all in your routine, which keeps you going. I think inspiration is sometimes what ignites you to take action. But when it comes to tough times, I think I've seen so much that I just tell the universe, and I'm a big believer of all things universe. I just tell the universe, okay, are you giving me chaos? Is there more to come? Just give it to me right now because I'm taking it. Because once you're done, once you're at the bottom, the only way up is up. The only way is up. So I I think one of my greatest strengths is the fact that I believe in shorter turnaround time. When I see that I am receiving chaos in my business, in my life, I genuinely say it out loud. If there's more to come, just give it to me right now. I live in that pit for a bit. I feel my emotions and I tell myself, are you done? And then you get back up. कितना रोगे? कितना रोगे? How much you going to cry? Right? So I'm like I like to I'm not somebody who runs away from my emotions. I'll feel them. I'll take a day off. I'll feel the failures. I'll feel all of that. I'll feel not having. I mean, I've been in a place where I've had 69 bucks in all out of all my accounts also, and the next day managed by morning to make like 15, 16K, like just because I wanted to eat pizza, and I didn't have money for pizza. I was like, you know what, bus, ठीक है, do something about it. Don't cry over it. But if you want to cry, cry and get it over with.
So what's your strategy of making a one-time customer into repetitive type of customer?
I think it all comes down to community. Um, in fact, business for that matter, my number one rule in all ways is relationships first. But before you start building that relationship, like if you're talking about customers, let's talk about the most simplest manner. The first thing is my content that goes out there. The two ways, of course, how we get customers. The first is, of course, my content goes out on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and that's free value. I don't believe in holding back my value at all. Okay, at all. There is literally like almost. I mean, I wouldn't mind putting all my yarn out there. The trick is, of course, how will people, put it into strategy and do it. But that's not the point. So once a person starts finding value in what I'm saying, they know me, they they implement it, they like what they see, they try it out. Some people go in for something as simple as a 100 days LinkedIn challenge, where they just have to post for 100 days. And some people like to inquire more about my group coaching or my one-on-one consulting, which I have as a retainer. But usually it goes down to first step being, the 100 is LinkedIn, and then if they find value in that, then it goes into group coaching or anything like that. It's like a funnel, you could say, right?
Right.
But how do you retain them? And the other way is, of course, when you network. I would love to talk more about the networking aspect, and of course, but again, funnel. First they come in. um I think it's super important to provide value, um and build a community for those people who come in at the top of the funnel. um be there, handhold them. Some people believe that, oh, this is like, you know a cheap offering of mine, or an inexpensive offering of mine. But I don't think that anything is less or more. A person is a person. They maybe just be testing you. Maybe that's the only way you can help them. You don't know, like, out of my 100 is LinkedIn, I've had three top voices come out. Just the 100 is, and all I do over there is just tell them that these are the prompts and just post for 100 days. Three of them. Just, yeah, that's not less. Like, it's top voice along with me, right? So, what I'm trying to say is that you just add value, keep guiding them, I think, and keep building a community, making them in touch with all the other clients. Like, I've done that for G Tribe. Um, and as long as they stay in the environment which they feel is productive and fruitful for them, and you have like your own personal take to it, I think people stay. You build a relationship with people who are interested. Jitna मेरे को, the amount somebody else gives me is the amount I give back, and I don't hold back from that.
Right.
Yeah.
Even like 70% of New Year resolution got broken 14 days. So that's where we need some coach to stay us motivated. Like either we are going to a gym, so they are trainers, just to keep us motivated. Because like I'm a big fan of Russell Brunson, who is owner of ClickFunnels. They do lots of challenges, and in their coaching, they tell us like if you want to stay like people motivated, the first thing is the challenge. Because in the challenge, people will think that they are a team member and they needs to win, and that's where the everything
Yes,
goes.
absolutely. I think challenges are amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's worked pretty well.
Okay, and 2020-24 is more of personal branding, right? I have read like lots of, and even like the idea of the podcast came when I was brainstorming something with you 8 to 9 months back, and you were telling me, Nipun, you want to start your podcast, start it. And I was not like, nothing I know about the podcast. And I was like, podcast, me want to do podcast. And then we'll like, okay, yeah, that's my goal. And after 4 5 months it just recalled me, yeah, there was something. And I, in the courses, I thought like, because I did so many sessions with type and their major event I hosted. And then the problem with the events is like you can't get time to meet each other. Like it's like a 5 minutes, 10 minutes, hardly 5 minutes talk. Okay, see you. But in the podcast, we have ample of time. Like right now, I did shooted lots of podcasts coming on, and probably we are starting it with you. So in that case, like when we have a one-to-one brainstorm session, people come us and tell us that, yeah, I am having this kind of journey. And that nobody knows about your journey. Yeah, you did a 300, 400 CR kind of stuff, and now they feel like good, like when they tell each other, like, okay, the people they are talking. But what if everybody knows him? What now Nikhil Kamath has come to this, like they are a bootstrap company and they are coming up with the podcast, but they knew that the potential is in the personal branding. And if you make your personal brand, then you can start anything. One, two, three, want to start with this because already you're having a G tribe community, right? You can just post it one stuff and you can, what exactly is G tribe community, I want to know.
Oh
And
wow.
yeah.
Oh, I was at the NAS summit and they asked me this question. I'll teach why it's at the NAS summit, and I just got emotional about it. The G Tribe is basically my clients and collaborators. Okay, and this was started when I only had one venture, and now I have like three. And now it's like, okay, there are a lot of clients and collaborators, but it's basically my personal branding and social media clients and collaborators of House of GKB. Um, and the people here, first of all, the G Tribe pans into 8 countries and has approximately 400 invested members across these countries. We also have a central platform on the nas.io software that's there, and which uses a lot of AI, by the way, which I love. And the G Tribe is basically wherein I give back to my community, because and it was created because I was overwhelmed with the fact that people kept coming back. And I was like, they make me win, right? These same people keep making me win. So I wanted to do something to give back. So one fine day I just decided that, I'm just going to, well, actually, I learned this at the YouTube Creator Academy in 2015, that you must name your community. Badi sharam aayi thi. But I remember writing my first post, and I wrote down G Tribe, and it was taken up very well. So I made this community of all my clients, collaborators. I had all these broadcast lists and everything, and I just collated all of it. And I said, okay, now you guys are my G Tribe, okay? Um, and I just give extra value back. No questions asked. The only thing is you have to have paid me one penny, or you would have had to work with me, because if you've invested in me, I will invest back in you much more. And now we have quarterly meetups, we have annual meetups. We have an annual meetup which happens offline. People fly in for it, which is amazing. Then we have local meetups whenever I go to a different city. I just did Bangalore. I'm here in Chandigarh, so we're having a Chandigarh one as well. So I keep meeting people, and I'm going to do a Bombay one. I think I might just end up going to Bombay only to meet the G Tribe over there, because I haven't done that yet. They keep giving me, it's my job, it's my duty, I feel my responsibility to give back. And that is the G Tribe. It's a community of people who are willing to build their personal brand with the same value system of giving, giving, and giving. Yeah.
That's really great. So how the traveling has changed the way you see the things now? Because you have been to Bengaluru, you are telling when you wish to go to Mumbai just for the community. So what's your take on this?
My God, I think my whole life has been traveling, being an army kid. I think I'll just say that it provides a lot of perspective to know people. Um, the way I look at personal branding has a lot to do with the understanding of how people are. And people are simple yet complex. And the more I have traveled, the more exposure I've had in life, whether it comes to my education, which is, of course, I've studied in US in my formative years. I've studied in rich kid schools also, and I've studied in like a simple KV in a small little town where general category was minority, and like I've had the exposure of living with different kind of people, growing up with them, which has given me a lot of in-depth knowledge. So that definitely comes from travel. Also, it's so interesting to see um, how entrepreneurs or how different personal brands or how different content creators are there in different cities, and how they function, and what keeps them pumped, and what is their mindset like. I think it all comes down to psychology and mindset of everything. um so because they've given so much back to me, I just feel like I want to go back, and but I also want to learn more about what drives them, and what these different cities, what is that vibe that they have, right? So yeah, like I love exploring because of travel. I went to Dubai also recently. It was very interesting to see how Dubai people look at personal branding as well. So yeah, I think travel is so important. Whether you if you think you can't do vacations, then please travel for the sake of work itself, Just call it a workcation or something like that, but travel. Yeah, for sure.
So how did you ensure any positive impact in your community? Like how you are helping them. Is there any noble cause you are doing? Like if they want something and might be some kind of emergency situations also. Sometimes the people want blood and these kind of stuff. So are your tribe are helping that also? Like
Okay. First of all, I run a business, so it's all for profit. But I will tell you this. I have worked in, so if you ask me what are my greatest achievements in the social media industry for the last 13 years, um, I'll name a few, and then you can tell me if what I do for a living is a noble cause. Okay. Um, Starting with the first one was the fact that I helped sponsor a girl child's education when I was just 19, because that was my internship, my volunteer work. I didn't know what I was doing, but that's one of them. I saved the lives of 100 people during the super cyclone Amphan when I was working with the National Disaster Management Authority. Also, probably the only one during COVID-19 to have done that in service of the nation. But I saved 100 people's lives just because I'm a workaholic, and by chance I saw like a message on Twitter that we're trapped, and so I reached out to the right people because they'd reached out to us on Twitter, so to help them, so they were saved during COVID-19. Of course, fundraising. I've done a lot of fundraising. Um, Now, of course, these are few things. Then I'll tell you. With I run Delhi Queer Spaces, though it's a not-for-profit venture because it's just very new. But what is the entire point of it? The point of it is, of course, to help provide safe spaces for the queer community in Delhi NCR, which is in itself like the amount of people who have come out and they have felt comfortable in their own skin. I think that I think that's something that's really that I'm extremely proud of. Um, Whether it's a noble cause or not, I don't know. I'm just really happy to have made that difference in people's lives. No, I'm not earning anything out of it as of
That's
now.
great. Yeah.
And it's fine. It's fine because it's just growing right now. We all know how business is. Um, and at the same time, I've had people reach out to me talking about how my posts have saved them from committing suicide. So I don't know, Nipun. Like, I didn't come up thinking, oh, I'm going to change the world. No, I'm not. I am not Mahatma Gandhi, and I'm not all of that, and I'm not Mother Teresa. I just know that I want to help people with the little bit of skill that I have, which is social media, which I know the technical aspect. If it ends up helping people, then yes, why not? Then yes, why not? But I am not going here and saying that, oh, I'm going to bloody save the world. I am only responsible for it. I want to do my bit. I want to contribute. If somebody tells me, okay, can you help out? Yes, absolutely. But I'm also a firm believer that money is a good thing, because it is only when you have that investment can you invest it in something good for the good. If I don't have my funds for Delhi queer spaces, I can't make a difference in the queer community. I can't. I how will I do it? How will I create that safe space? So I don't. I'm not doing things out of my own pocket. Of course, it all starts off like that. Um, I will not lose an opportunity to make a difference, though. Let me put it like
That's
that.
really amazing
Yeah.
and really inspiring too. Like that's remind me of like when COVID-19 strikes. So that was the only situation where we can't help people because if we are going somewhere, then again it's a trouble for them. And then what happened is then me and my wife was thinking, yeah, what we can do. And then suddenly we got an opportunity that we can open up that vaccination centers. And then the SDM called us and that you have a space in your office. I told that yeah, we have a space and we can make it empty and put it as a vaccination center. And on the other end, on the funny part was like that I was the freedom of moving out when nobody was moving out, and then we just get isolated for some days and go everywhere there and they'll tell people they were nurse doctors with us and put that vaccinations. And there were lots of myths like either we need to take a vaccination or which vaccination, and we don't know anything because we are not from that background. But although it's like always feels good like when you do something with the community back and you have when you have money definitely you can do that very easily. And what's your morning routine looks like Gurnoor woke up and see how many followers more on LinkedIn. So what exactly it is? How many posts you got like? So that's how
It's
like
actually quite the opposite. People can go on a digital detox. I can't, because
okay.
it's my job, right?
Right.
But let's be real. I think social media does have social media does have mental health um, side effects. So over the years, I have managed to create a routine wherein I take digital detox breaks during the day. And my morning routine, first of all, please do not have a conversation with me before my coffee. And I must make my own coffee. Okay. But to ask what was my actual morning routine, I wake up around, and now it's winter, so maybe around 7ish or 7:30 ish. Earlier in summers, it's around a little 6:30 ish. And yeah, I just, of course, because I have to have like my morning meds and everything. And in the entire process of having the morning meds, and I kind of settle in, maybe grab a book till that time period is gone before I can make my coffee. My coffee is very, very important. Okay, it has to be perfect, and I have to. It's very therapeutic to make the coffee. So that happens. Usually, I'm with a book or a crossword, and then I again grab the coffee and then go back to my book. By that time, around that time, my puppy's dog walker comes in. She goes for a walk. So by the time she comes back, then my house help and everything comes. But by that time, I've had my coffee and everybody is safe, because before the coffee is not, yeah. And yeah, then breakfast and cleaning up and all of this stuff gets done before 10 a.m., which is when my office starts. And
Okay, wow. And 10 a.m. is like my woke up time because we used to work with US projects. So generally we slept at 5, 6 is like, and whenever I have some meeting at 7, I never sleep. So I know it's like a phobia because I know that I keep on, if I look, if I just get slept, so there will be a time like 10, 11 that I will woke up. So generally it's our routine now. We are very used to it. And due to this only we are hosting entire stuff podcast. These are things will be sponsored by them. Just like they invested in us. Not like we have a like we are bootstrapped, but like from the earnings we are
Of
getting in
course,
this,
of
yeah, we are
course.
putting that.
That's
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
that's why we give back to them some more, right? Like,
Yeah.
thank you so much, right? I totally feel you. Yes.
Right. So our last round is like rapid fire round where you ask some question and you need to reply in just 5 seconds. So it should not be get manipulated. Right. Okay. Favorite book?
Winning by Tim S. Grover. I carry it everywhere.
One word that describe your business.
Wild.
Okay.
I think the people are also wild. Yeah, the G tribe is wild.
So isn't it like you will tell people you need to be wild on
No, no,
LinkedIn to
if
get
they're
access?
wild, then they're my tribe.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really amazing. One item you can't live without.
My power bank. Full blown creator I am and social media person. Power bank.
If you could have one superpower, what would be? Already you are a superpower right now, Gurnoor. But
Teleport. Just teleport. Yeah. I just go from one place to another, like without wasting time. I hate wasting time. Yeah.
okay. Favorite city?
Shillong.
Last movie you watched or series?
I just watched Kho Gaye Hum Kahan on Netflix, and I would not have watched it if my brother hadn't told me. It's actually a good movie. Yeah, I liked it. Yeah.
Nice. Favorite series?
Game of Thrones and anything that comes out of that universe, hands down. And I'm also very fond of The Crown. Yes. But Game of Thrones.
You're already a queen.
Yeah. Yes, I'll take it.
Uh, I think I knew the answer and everybody knew the favorite social media platform.
I mean, LinkedIn, obviously. Yes. But it's a beautiful platform. Yeah.
If you could made any historical figure, what would it be?
Benjamin Franklin, I really want to know like the individual as because he's on $100 bills, yeah. So I think Benjamin Franklin, yeah, for sure.
Favorite podcast?
Yours?
Oh, now she's taking dollars for the same to do that.
But yeah, I'm
Right.
sure yours. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Gurnoor, for coming to our show. Much appreciate.
And to earn it on LinkedIn, it means extreme value consistently. For something as simple as a 100 days LinkedIn challenge, where they just have to post for 100 days.
So let's try the hack. It was a 100 days challenge that we need to post everything. And sometimes we are out of ideas. How to be consistent? So let's take an example of my client, Sindamure. So if I open up his profile and let me show you the DP also. Cindy Murray. So right now he's having 174 followers, 173 connections. We will be using a tool called Super Grow. So let me show you. This tool is specially for LinkedIn and it works awesome for the content of LinkedIn. So how we can do it is, let me log in it over here, and that is Cindy Murray, and Cindy Murray is working at TechDana. So TechDana is again a cybersecurity company where they have their yellow or purple color as a base. They are cybersecurity specialists. So Cindy Murray post will be related to cybersecurity to engage more audience. So I will be logging in SuperGrow over here and I will go to ideas generator. They have post generator ideas, carousel post, content inspiration post for you, schedule, engage. And the best part is that carousels are quite common on LinkedIn. You have seen lots of carousels with PDF. So what we can do is share your favorite tool, share your struggle, share your recent learning. So let it be share your recent learning. So what did you learn? And you can put up, but I am out of idea. I can use ChatGPT and put all that stuff over here, but let's go to their content inspiration. So that content inspiration is the stuff like the most following thing in LinkedIn. The people who are most followed, they are using their stuff. So if I put something related to technology and see if we have, so 2020-23 digital native brands, you need to hear it's a bit okay, we'll edit it. And this guy have put lots of stuff. Instead of this, what I can do is improve the structure, and the AI will write all that post in a different stuff. So they are improving it where, but so in the early 20s, and see there is a little bit comparison. So now AI is writing by improving the structure. What if I stop that and I tell AI to format that post? Now you have seen lots of posts on LinkedIn. If I will do this, then there is my 3 hacks. If I do Y, then there will be that fear factors. So they have this kind of structures. When I started X, I did a go, since this is wrapped, I went this. So what I will be doing, 20 ways to do this. So use this format post. Now it will write in that language. The similar content which is again getting viral on LinkedIn will be used by this. So 20 ways and blah blah blah. Now it's keep on started doing all that stuff. 9, 10th. So that's a very good tool. If you have your own ideas, what you can do is you can go to ChatGPT and create in some new language, and this tool will improve the structure. And what we heard, out of that 90 days challenge, 3 was the top voice. You can give a try to this tool. I have put that link in the description where you can check that tool. And let me copy and close it and remove what I have written. And 20 ways to master the rise of B2B digital native brands, and see like how it will show the post, and we can do that stuff. Again, if I go to AI, I can generate a hook story offer. Generally what Russell's teach, owner of ClickFunnels. You haven't seen, I am a big fan of him and I learned a lot of things from him also. So what is like the hook will catch the attention. Right now our attention span is getting less day by day. So the rise of native brand, unlock the power of no code tool in SaaS creation. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And discard it. Instead of 20 ways, I put like this. And use the structure. And 20 posts, and if I publish it, it will get published. But I don't want to be like this, because I want to show it demonstratively how the post will look like as a carousel. So what we'll be doing is I will go to carousel maker, and I know already what Tecdana colors was. It was similar to again my brand purple color, but let's click on this. I've already added Cindy as a brand kit, so automatically colors will get changed. And now what I need to do is I already copied that data, but it's a very big data. So what I will be doing is, let me check if I can paste it somewhere with the 4 tips. So quickly I'm opening up Google Doc. and paste it over here. I don't want to show them that much tips, but what I will do is copy that structure from here and go to content strategy plan, put up a Cindy so that colors will get changed. So unlock the power of SaaS creation. And what I will be doing is I will step 1, I will just copy those steps quickly. And what was the step 1? Fully, generally retention power of people are not that good, so fully embrace that stuff. If I go to tip 2, or I can copy some more tips from here. Let me copy it, at least 4 tips, so that page will look a little bit more big. So let's move like this. Tip 1, tip 2, okay. And on the next page again I will put tip, and I will copy the other 4 structure. So where was the tab? Here. And last will be the CTA. Try it out and let us know your feedback. Comment below. Instead of this, what we can do is share your favorite tool and let it be like this. Click on continue. Loading the preview. In just few seconds our carousel will be get created. So let's see how much time it will take. First, second, third, fourth, boom. You can download PDF, you can download images. The benefit of downloading it as a images is you can use it on the other platforms. For Instagram, Facebook, you can repurpose the content. And the best thing is this tool has been created by people of India. So the CEOs are Indian people. So let me quickly go to there. So now we have 5 pages. We can catch this again. So it's all about your creativity, but I want some CTA. So I will go and generate a CTA. Unlock no code mastery, click here. Even it can create hashtags also. Improve the structure. So again it will do little bit grammatical change, so otherwise it's good to go, because nobody will be reading all the tips from here because it's a carousel post. So it can show you the preview also, and let's publish it. And the best part is after a delay of 15 minutes you can also put up a message. So lots of creators are doing this stuff. So whenever you comment back on your post, the people who like the post will get the notification that somebody has commented. So let it be like this. And 1, 2, 3, 4, it's taking more than that, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, generally it doesn't take that much time, 10. It might be due to my internet connection, but generally post the content in 3 seconds. And you can also schedule everything. Let's check this post on LinkedIn. So unlock the power of this, and you got this, like, so you see lots of people are using carousels. I've already put like this. And the best stuff over here is we have lots of more function. You can schedule, you can engage from here you can also engage with the audience. You can create a list of people whom you want to engage on the post. You need not to go to LinkedIn to do that stuff. So my questions to you is, just take a closer look at Cindy, and you need to tell Cindy is a real person or it's AI generated. Warning, don't fall in love with her. So see you soon in the next podcast. So that was the AI hack for this, and you can check it out in the description, like if you want to check that tool. Thank you so much. Doing lots of automation, what exactly it is?
Why not to have it developed in India?
Like any wish?
There were a lot of wishes. See,
So that's remind me of one of the incidents in like 2017 and like when 2019-20, when AI come into ChatGPT come into picture. It's called I got call from the same owner when he said, Nipun, I want to implement the same now.
is always a tricky, especially for the engineers, because engineers have their own ego levels to understand. I've been advised to go for golf and something which I never, because I'm a hockey player, so I never thought of that golf could be a game. With you in your business, especially as a business owner, never consider anybody as your friend.
Say, if you come out of your office and outside for your, specifically in the marketplace, it's a jungle out there. Let's be very clear. It has its own rules. So, but one rule is very clear in a business: the fittest only survives, nothing else.